Hey, hi. How you doing? Markus Pattern here, coming at you with your latest edition of the Ramble Chat, weekly, bi-weekly, every now and again, weekly thing where I talk to you about what I've done during my time as a comic book artist on this here place we call Planet Earth. In London, if you want to be a bit more Pacific. So, yeah, for those of you who don't know me, I'm a comic book artist, general artist all round. I'm currently drawing a comic at the moment called The Killers of Kindness. No, Kindness of Killers. And, it's going to be published by someone else who isn't me, so well done me. My commissions are open. I've got an Etsy store that keeps billing me even though no one goes there and taking down my artwork because basically, I don't know, my original Warhammer artwork is copyright stricken, whereas people just selling Warhammer isn't. Crazy world that we live in, crazy world. So yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on quite a tangent like that. I've got Patreon, Ko-fi, Instagram, Tumblr, Substack, all that noise, all of which is linked down below in the doobly-doo, if we still use that word, in the description, in the link tree. If you're not wondering, there's a slightly different setup here than there was before, because essentially, to break kayfabe, I read, instead of stop me going off on random tangents like I did, I have show notes here, and when the camera was up there, I know, just this way I can kind of just dart down and still look at the camera while looking at my notes. And also, I think before the microphone was picking up on my desktop here, and I didn't realize it was whirring so much. So there's a constant hum on the last recording. So hence the reason for the lo-fi music. Yeah. And when I get better at doing these things, stuff will appear up in this part of the screen here. But I haven't done that yet, so I'm not going to do that. Well, I will do at some point once I've figured my shit out. Because, yeah. So, as you can gather by the fact that I'm rabbiting on, there's no Q&A today, even though I said today would be the day I do it. Essentially, either A, I didn't do a good enough job at promoting the fact that there's going to be a Q&A today, which is a strong possibility, or that you don't need to know anything else about me because I'm like an open book and you know enough about me that you don't need to ask me any questions, which is fine. You know, I don't want to bore you with Q&As if you don't want to have Q&As. I've got 120 of you subscribed to me now on YouTube, which is great. Thank you, much appreciated. I'm down to 39 on Twitch though. It keeps fluctuating at that 39-40 mark. So if you're on YouTube and you also have a Twitch account, if you could jump over there, get me up to 50 over there, that would be fantastic. Yeah. It's kind of weird. You go because I'm not particularly good at these things, as you can tell by the fact that I keep saying I'm not very good at these things. I Google and ask and be like, hey, how does one get better at the social mediaings and stuff? And sort of things. I'll engage with your audience and stuff, and ask questions and leading questions and shit like that. And every time I've done that, kind of had like a leading post, like, oh, this will garner a reaction. Absolute crickets. So I don't know. Either A, I'm asking the wrong questions, or I'm not asking the right questions right enough, or everything is bollocks, and you're all ignoring me. Which is, considering I'm trying to make a career out of artwork while doing this on these sites is a little bit sad. But then again, to be expected. So fuck it. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Because, you know, I've appeared on quite a few podcasts. If you Google my name, Markus Pattern, they won't come up, but, you know, I'm there. So you can go on them and find out all that you need to know. Or you can ask me any. It's not limited to that one-time thing. If you oh, shucks, I didn't ask, by all means, send me a DM or whatever. I'm not above answering a question outside of this framework. Well. I hope that came across a bit more amusing than bitter and twisted. So, as I said, I've been cracking on with kindness, with the killers of kindness, the kindness of killers. Wow. When I come to promote this on your podcast, I will get the name right, I promise. So, I've been cracking on with the kindness of killers, and it's been a learning experience, because I don't know if any other artists have this, but like, it does seem like if I have a workflow on one project, I can't transfer it wholesale over to another project. I don't know why. It seems like I need to change it up each and every time, which seems there's only so many ways to draw a comic. Hopefully I can find one that I just jump back and forth on the next big project I do. So basically what I've started doing is because what I used to, I can do this, and I don't know why I'm not able to do it now. Maybe it's just trying to get in the workflow. Maybe it's just trying to get the patterns right. Maybe it's just because it's quite a big project and I'm drawing stuff that I'm not quite as, it's not muscle memory as, say, when I was drawing Kung Fu in, like, Here Comes Dragon Punch, or like, you know, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm still trying to learn and elevate and stuff, and instead of sticking to one, maybe it's because I don't know exactly why. But so instead of being like, well, my approach was to basically to pencil and ink a page in a day, like the Adam Warren artwork says. His workflow is 2 to 3 hours of pencils, 4 to 5 hours of inks, which, you know, that's a work day, and I don't seem to be able to hit that mark. Maybe because I'm not a stallion like Adam Warren or whatever, but he's been doing it a lot longer than me, and so you can get into that flow. But like, essentially, I find that at the end of the day, I'm just too tired to basically sit down and do an entire page. So, you know, changes because the rest of what my plan to do now is, when you watch me do these live streams, you'll be seeing me do the pencils on Monday and Tuesday, because I can pretty much pencil. I can pencil about 2 pages a day, because, you know, it's just pencils and stuff. And then, so I'm going to do that on Monday and Tuesday. Pencil, at least try and pencil 4 pages, 3 at a minimum, right? Get that shit done. Send that off so that the letterer can have a look at it and basically say, well, I need space here, or you've not left me enough space here, yada yada yada. Working with one's work colleagues, well done me. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, I'm going to ink the motherfucker and add the and basically render it and finish it on the Wednesday and Thursday. I need to get in a better mindset, so because I pencils, I see, because I don't know, because it's more kind of like brains are firing in this case of, well, I need to, I don't know, it seems like I'm quicker at pencils than I am at inks, which is stupid, because inks is just a mechanical kind of so it's all about getting the workflow right and the mindset right. And And I think that's the major hurdle to being a proper successful artist, isn't it? Just because we can all sit there and think and sketch and doodle and be like, I've just lived in my mind and it's taken me 5 hours to basically come up with this imperfect thing. Whereas like case of like, no, I have a deadline. Sit down, draw the thing, improve my workflow. And there's been a couple of things that either I knew and forgot, or I've been reintroduced to. There's a case of that seems to have helped with my workflow, and I will talk. My plan is for that to help, to be like at least something out there of a use to people who aren't me. I'm gonna basically do for next week's episode. I'm gonna show you the thing that I've learned that helps me work better and quicker, because we all need, you know, there's no point in fucking around, right? If you want to work quickly, we need to not fuck around, essentially. So you know, that's the plan for next week, to also help clarify to me what it is I'm doing, because, you know, so yeah, that's the plan for next week. I'm going to show you what I've done specifically to help improve my workflow. And hopefully next week I'll have a bit. I'll be able to show you some finished pages as well. Yeah, I could probably show you some finished pages now, but like, you know, but I don't. I haven't set that up, so I'm not going to do it. Because I like putting too much shit upon my shoulders, literally, and I will get back to that in a bit. Setting that up. I'm also doing part of the work in progress anthology that's over on Discord. I'm doing something with a guy, comic book guy called Max Barker, I think Baxter. Shit, I should know his name. And essentially, what it is like it's like the format will be like an A3 book, and then it will be one long, basically the A5. So basically, and it's kind of like you can either do like landscape or portrait. And me and Max got the portrait one, the long one. And essentially, what we're doing is we're doing one long panel in which this guy called Dom goes to fight the evil motorcycle mask. They go out the fight starts off at the top of a 70-story building, and it travels down in pure manga, kung fu, Hong Kong cinema goodness, in which there's fights, there's an exploding helicopter, there is a long building in which I'm having to figure out how to fuck around with the perspective and stuff, and where you put the seams in and when you put the guts in. A little like what they did with that Nightwing comic, which was fantastic. I have to drag that out so I can see exactly where they put the seams in, because I figured what I would do is I've thought, I'll put the perspectives here and here, and it's case of no, that's too steep of an angle for the middle page. So yeah, just trying to figure out where does one put the seams in, so it kind of has a more of a direct flow. But like, yeah, that was a lot of fun to draw, which you told me draw last week. Again, I'll be picking that up again because I need to get it done. That one I think I'm doing that one in color, so that'd be great. So yeah, that one's yeah. I'm experimenting. It's nice to be like kind of like, well, one is learning and one is flowing, you know. Because, you know, to be an artist of any description is one has to keep learning to do it. Otherwise, you stop being an artist and you just stop being whatever. Like you know, the guy from Clutch said, once you stop learning how to play a guitar, you are no longer a guitarist. You know, so yeah, that's been a great deal of fun. and a great deal of joy, and I will be able to share that with you soon, because it's only 4 pages, and I should be able to get that done before the heat death of the universe. And it's on a smaller scale. That's another thing with the killers, kindness of killers, is the I didn't realize either A, no one told me, or I'm just oblivious. It's kind of I didn't realize that the people I'm going with, Marazoka Publishing, they publish in like English format, which is a bit more squat and a bit more. It's basically not the same as American format. So like, while most of the artwork was fine, there's some bits were getting cut off, and it's a case of I need to figure that one out. So, top tip: check with people the format you are going to be publishing your comics in. There's no point in doing the entire artwork and going, yeah, no, this doesn't fit. I always find that problem with having the formatting. Like, it's like, yeah, I've done all this. Like, yeah, no, that doesn't fit, and you have to squash and squeeze and like, fuck. Everything's so fucking complicated. So yeah. Also, speaking of things that are complicated, this isn't complicated. This is an exercise band, and I've had to use one for the past week or so, because essentially I've been having crippling pain in my shoulders, really, really bad. I have to go to bed with a hot water bottle on my to warm up. Don't use a cold pack. Apparently, that's for that short term thing. For long term, get your fucking shit right. Hot packs, apparently, according to my doctor. And the problem is, I've been sitting here. I've been using bad posture and doing this, and eventually it's just taking a massive strain on my shoulders and my neck and everything. And it's one of the reasons why some of the later streams haven't been happening, is because I physically couldn't sit through the pain. So there are exercises that I've been doing where I should put that out, but yeah, there are exercises I've been doing where basically like standing on the thing, lifting my arm above my head for 7 seconds at a time, tying it to the sofa and pulling it back just to strengthen the back muscles, which has been working. I've also you can't see obviously because of the angles, but my big fuck off printer used to be underneath this table, which meant that I was kind of far back, and so now I've shifted my printer from underneath this table to underneath this table, where, as you can tell by the fact that like there's nothing on here, I don't know if my traditional art dreams are just not there anymore, but essentially, so I can get my legs fully underneath here and just get the better posture. So sometimes I'm back like this. So essentially, my head is, because from what I read, you as long as your head is level with your shoulders, you should be fine. I don't know if this is because this chair is, I've had this chair for a while, so maybe it's not as good for the posture as it used to be. But yeah, I'm taking precautions to make it so that I'm not just breaking my back for this noise, because essentially, like, no one's going to thank me for destroying my back. It's, and yeah, essentially. So just there are exercises one should do to to mitigate the fact that, like, essentially you're sitting down doing repetitive strains. There's obviously the hand exercises, which will help your wrists and stuff like that. You should do them more often, and basically just exercise and limber up a bit more, because, like, it's painful. So I've had to start doing. I wasn't doing it. I'm a fat cunt and not looking after myself, and essentially I just, for the love of the art, I've hurt myself, and I'm not successful. Not at the moment, at least. So there was literally no reason for me to have hurt myself. There's no reason for you to hurt yourself, even if you are successful. So, again, if this little ramble chat does nothing else other than go, oh shit, maybe I should pay attention to that and stuff. If you start getting twinges in your shoulder, best to go along to a GP and talk to somebody about that and get that shit fixed, or helped, because in that way you get to make artwork for longer. I mean, even Jeff Smith got told off for basically for fucking up his wrist while drawing bone and stuff. So, again, if that's, I don't know, I should have had a better way to end that segment other than, like, yo, Jeff Smith fucked his shit up, I fucked my shit up, and we're both, and I'm less successful than him. Well done, Marcus. You failed harder than the guy who created Bone, who, from the looks of it, has never once made a misstep in his entire natural. I've got the big tome of Bone, and at the beginning of the pandemic, I was like, because it's cheaper to pick up the out omnibuses and stuff. And I thought, I'm going to do that. But those books are just not conducive to reading. They're huge and they're heavy, and yeah. I should have just got one of the smaller paperbacks. But that's neither here nor there. There's a band called Sawtooth Grin I like. I think you should try them out if you like kind of hardcore screamo metal, which I do, and I recommend them. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. I've been Markus Pattern. You've been absolutely fantastic. I've got a Ko-fi, which you can support me and buy my prints on. I've got a Patreon, which you get lots of free artwork up on there. My commissions are open, so hire me to draw something for you. I'd love it. I've got my Here Comes a Dragon Punch up on Webtoons. I think up on Webtoons, up on my ArtStation, and you can buy it from my Etsy store. There's only like 10 issues left. It'd be great to get them sold out. Same with 13 Shots of Whiskey issues 1 and 2. And yeah, click like and subscribe and all that noise. Do you like this new setup? I think I'll be able to use it a bit better next week when I've actually got shit set up. So yeah, you're the best. You're the best. What should I draw next? Bye bye.